Reddit shares are soaring right now in the after hours. It's after the company posted its first earnings report since going public. And joining us now to break down those numbers is Rohit Kulkarni, Roth MKM Managing Director. Rohit, it is always great to have you on the show. So listen, Reddit reports the stock is up about 16% right now in the after hours. So Rohit, just give us your reaction. What'd you make of this report?
Hey, thanks for having me, Josh. I think, every first earnings for an IPO company, there is going to be conservatism baked into expectations. And there was conservative. We were conservative. We thought they would have a nice little beat and raise. But looking at numbers, these numbers are very, very impressive. I think the amount of users that they are adding, the revenue growth acceleration that they are showing, and profitability that's coming as a result of all of this, that's even above the most optimistic expectations that we had heard over the last 3-4 weeks. So I think all in all, it's a fundamentally very solid quarter. They're executing well, and they're on their way to profitability much sooner than expected. So the stock reaction is not completely unwarranted, in my opinion.
Yes, I remember around the IPO when it was first listing, there were concerns that it really hadn't pursued monetization aggressively or seriously. Does it seem now maybe to investors that now they are on track and at least tackling the issue of monetization? Do you think we're going to get more specific plans, something that investors have wanted to see?
Yeah, I think so too. As in this company, we followed this company as a private one for a number of years, and this is one of those cases where a 10 or 15-year-old company almost didn't plan to commercialize its activities for the first 10 years of its existence. And all the commercial activities that they have done have happened in the last 3-4 years. And by that, what I'm saying is they're very, very early with monetization. They have a lot of low-hanging fruit to just clean up their ads manager, clean up their ad tech, and put ads in the right ads in the front of right people at the right time. So all of those things are just coming together slowly. It would be a multi-quarter process, but what we are seeing right now is a right step in monetization, and we are confident that there are several revenue catalysts ahead. And again, the users, I think, just to go back to that point, that's the best leading indicator for any social media platform, and they're adding users at a faster clip than what we have seen in any other platform. So we like what you're seeing here, and would be buyers on this strength.
Rohit, what about this other opportunity Reddit clearly sees, licensing data to other firms to train their AI models? Rohit, how much of an opportunity do you see that as?
I would say this is over the longer term, probably maybe 20 to 25% of the revenues would come from data licensing. Again, there are a lot of variables going forward, but having said that, I think given the wave that they're going to be riding, Reddit has probably the best kind of corpus of internet data that is in text format, and that has a lot of unique signals of intent to brands. So unlike Twitter, unlike Pinterest, which have some different signals, Reddit has a very unique corpus of data, and that data becomes more valuable as all these companies that are building large language models need some new data, fresh data, accurate data with signals to train on. So I like that as an opportunity, but I think it's still very early to say how large it could be. We model somewhere in the range of $80 to $90 million of annual run rate revenues by end of this year, which is probably lower than some of the people on the street, and it kind of grows 20-30% year on year going forward. So we shall see how that grows, but I think it's a sizable, chunky business in 3 to 4 years.
I want to ask you about the board of directors there. Reddit just announced the addition of Sarah Farrell. She's joining the board of directors here. What can you say about her? What does this make sense, or why does this make sense for the company?
That to me was a surprise, as in, again, to add somebody on the board so early, so soon, after a fairly elaborate IPO process, that to me was is a surprise. In terms of what Sarah can add to the board, probably kind of a new sense of fiscal prudence, a new sense of kind of economic kind of discipline that this company may lack in some angles. But I think that's to me it was a surprise, and we would be learning more about the who and why and what behind this move at the end of the earnings call as such.
Rohit, I'm just curious. Do we have any kind of line of sight as to who the Reddit user is? I always assumed, Rohit, it would be kind of relatively older, only because it's text based, and the kids are on TikTok making videos, Rohit. But maybe I'm wrong. Have you seen any data in terms of the demo here?
We have seen some data in the demo, and I think Reddit user tends to skew slightly older than Instagram user. Obviously, they have the greatest number of overlap with Facebook, Instagram, least overlap with Snapchat and LinkedIn and Pinterest, for example. So in terms of more overlap, it's obviously more towards Facebook, Instagram, and less towards Snap and Pinterest. But also, given the way the usage is, we also think that they have more users than a Pinterest and a Twitter in terms of kind of daily active uniques on each of those platforms. So that's a very compelling kind of value prop. More users than Pinterest and Twitter on a daily usage perspective, and so that means there is a greater opportunity for them to do monetization. But to answer your question more directly, they have a greater overlap with Facebook and much less than Snap, Pins, and Twitch.
Rohit, always love having you on the show. Thank you, my friend, for joining us.
Thank you so much.